Did you see the video of a Florida judge using a VR headset during an assault trial? The defense attorney made a goofy 3D animation to show him what happened from his client's point of view. What?
And now to another story you'll only see on Local 10 News. A high-tech hearing during a stand your ground case. The defense used virtual reality to give the judge a full experience of what they say happened. In Local 10's Christina Vasquez live in Fort Lauderdale with our exclusive...
Some Sword Art Online shit.
Christina.
Taking you into it.
This is when he pulls the gun out, when he's backed up against the bar.
At a stand your...
Holy. This was made in Second Life. Whoa. Why though? Why do this? This had to be some kind of racket. Like this had to be like, my friend's an animator and he really, you know, he just got let go from Ubisoft because they keep closing everything down. Maybe I can get him some work through making a recreation of a stand your ground case. Oh, fuck yeah. And then I'll have my client pay for that. Like, how do you even like sell that? Who pays for that? Someone that's smarter than me. How does that work? Because that's not free. Unless, of course, the lawyer himself is a part-time game developer. He just did it pro bono. I don't know, just on Fiverr. I guess it's possible. Machinima creators becoming crime recreators. What a glorious reality.
A Broward judge peers with a virtual reality headset.
These people are coming into his space, right?
And he's backing up.
And he's backing
so
up.
as not to be injured like his wife.
For an immersive experience,
What?
artist designed to illustrate this defense expert's opinion.
It's like a chest-to-chest encounter.
It's actually a photograph from one of the videos, right?
Yeah.
This is the best case I've ever seen. We're finally in the future. This is like Demolition Man shit. Also, who brought in all the headsets? Is that taxpayer dollars? We got a big high-profile case coming in. We need $15,000. We gotta bring everyone some VR headsets. Yeah, it's the only way. It's the only way. We can't just take his word for it. We need to see it in VR. It's a meta sponsorship. Honestly, I'm surprised the judge isn't freaking out. The judges in all of these court cases are usually such fucking fossils that I feel like if you put on the headset and took them into the fucking mainframe, they'd just be like flailing around and screaming. Ah! Ah! He's handling it well. I would definitely do this if I was a lawyer genius. I mean, it's not the worst idea ever, to be honest.
Miguel Abisu, the Southwest Ranch's wedding venue owner, facing 9 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon for waving a gun at guests last year.
When he pulls the gun out, when he's backed up against the bar.
Did so in self-defense, he testified.
Standing right in his personal space, he still has not brought out his gun.
That is correct.
Placing the judge in the defendant's shoes.
No, I can see it. I'm there right now. I'm actually, I've mind jacked into the defendant. I see that. This is overwhelming. It's chest-to-chest contact. Is this Unreal 5? My God. Looks better than real life.
I believe is the first time in the state of Florida, in a criminal or civil case, that virtual reality was admitted in evidence.
Probably is.
It may be
Yeah, probably is the first
in
time.
the United States that virtual reality was admitted into a criminal hearing.
Whoa, hold on, wait, just a second. I don't have this game on my Steam wish list. What's going on over here? This is a totally separate case. Is this guy attacking her with the end of a vacuum cleaner? And what does he have? What is going on? I need to be more familiar with the case here to really grasp all of the lore. That's a cane. Is it? Oh, no, it's definitely a cane. You're right. That guy is way too young for a cane. What happened? Did he just grab the first weapon he could find to improvise with it? They were able to get out, glass shattered everywhere, get out of this wedding facility, and wake up my client Mike, who was sleeping, and he told us what happened at the wedding facility. Having all that information, he immediately directed his wife to call 911, then needed to immediately, he believes, save his staff from injury or potentially death, save his building, his home, from people who were intoxicated at his wedding. So he went in there with the goal of de-escalating and having the party stop and everyone leave. So, I mean, far be it for me to question the experts. What makes this more reliable than just a normal testimony? Like, let's say you don't want to take him at his word. Well, this recreation is still from his perspective. So you're still going to have to take him at his word that you are getting the real story through his eyes. It doesn't really change the core here. You still are just going to have to take him at his word that what you're seeing in VR is the real deal. Probably just trying to make it feel more personal. That's true. Maybe that's what it is. Just to make it feel like, oh, okay, this is truly how, anxiety-inducing it was. Experiences that take place in virtual reality become part of users' autobiographical memory. As memories can impact users' self-perception, personal beliefs, and social interactions, story living in VR narratives can be used to manipulate memory and mold users' self according to the preferences of the VR narrative creators. Experiences are what defines us as humans, so it's not surprising that an intense experience in VR is more impactful than imagining something. VR can create a powerful emotional connection between audience and subject. The way in which the medium engages audience with dramatic imagery and conveys a sense of presence could produce emotional oversaturation or worse, sensationalistic spectacle. This sense of authenticity leaves audiences vulnerable to traumatizing content or manipulation. What an interesting idea. Imagine an entire jury wearing VR headsets. I don't want to imagine that, man. It just sounds so fucking sad. I mean, maybe it's a really good tool. I don't know. I guess this is still a little too new for me to really understand why it'd be that much more useful than just hearing out, the victim's testimony. I feel like most people, when hearing a testimonial, like, they should be able to understand, like, emotions behind some of it without getting, the Unreal 2.5 demonstration in VR of it. The motion blur plus heartbeat and screen shake will go crazy. Oh man, imagine. They should start using the tools like in those Universal dark rides, like if the victim gets wet, they douse the jury with water. Yeah, I mean, if you want to turn it into like a spectacle, I'm kind of surprised they haven't done that more. Like when they're going through like the scenario and they're playing it out in the courtroom, they like throw blood at the jury, like, and look at what happened to his shirt with all the blood, and then like splash blood on him. Make it really interactive, I guess. Just make a movie about it at that point. Actually, kind of a banger idea. They should release this game. Like, you be the judge. That's what they could call it. This is a real stand your ground case that you can play on Steam right now. It'll help finance my legal fees. You put yourself in my position when I wave the gun around. Do you think I had a reasonable self-defense case? Kind of would go hard. Would you play it on stream? Oh, you bet your sweet bippy I would play that on stream. There is a Judge game that came out, just not for VR. Well, this isn't a Judge game per se. This is a new breed of VR game. Do you think VR headsets would make people like jury duty? Brother, how would that make them like jury duty? They don't get to keep the headset. It's not a souvenir. If anything, it might be worse for people that get motion sickness. You have to spend like an additional like 5 hours just getting acclimated to VR so you don't puke at the stand. Or puke in the jury.